Hello there. Good evening, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App or Super Thanks. Okay. I wanted to talk about Keyglock was groomed. Okay. And it's now Keyglock was groomed. Um, when Dolph passed away, he was definitely passed the torch, and he really is set to lead as far as the Memphis music is concerned. And when you think about Keyglock, I think about Keyglock. See, in this music situation, you can be as talented as you can be, um, but you may possess one thing and not possess the other. Keyglock is one of those young men that possess everything. He's got the age, he's got the look, he's got the charisma. Then he has a lot of what people miss, which is Young Dolph's swag, because he was around Young Dolph a lot. And it seems like his music, his beats and stuff is getting better and better and better. He's focused. And for him to be independent, okay, he's more mainstream than a whole lot of artists that have a machine behind them, right? Because Keyglock and them are independent, right? So he's just got a lot of he's got everything that it takes. He's got everything on his side, right? He seems to have a lot of humility. He states he's the only difference in him and Young Dolph is that Keyglock tend to be more reserved, right? And I think Keyglock is more reserved because I think that Keyglock is more reserved because he saw, how people kind of moved after Young Dolph was taken out, yet they had been in Young Dolph's face. And I kind of want to show y'all what I'm talking about. He definitely, if you want to characterize a king of Memphis, he definitely is characterized as a king because he was already the prince up under Dolph. And I think that he's efficiently and effectively moving just in the right direction. He's got everything going for him. As I said, he's got the youth, he's got the look, he's got the style, um, he's got the tenacity, he's got the humility, he's got the reputation, Keyglock's reputation. um, you don't hear a lot about Keyglock, you know, um, being in the middle of mess, right? Um, and he seems to have the work ethic. He's like a quiet assassin, whereas Doc was more in your face. They get the same results though, right? Doc was more in your face with it, okay? Kenny Money reminds me a lot of Young Dolph. Um, Jizzle, okay, the one I be calling my little son. He reminds me a lot of Young Dolph, more in your face, right? And those young men, as I had said when I first saw Jizzle, I was like, that young man right there is going to go very far, right? He could definitely be next up. I think that little group right there, what composed of all of these young men that Young Dolph was grooming. I think Young Dolph had an eye for talent, and his talent is definitely eclectic, right? As I was saying, you don't ever really get tired of his artist music because it's all different. Jay Fizzle has a different sound. Um, it, Key Glock has a different sound. Moochie Grape has a different sound. Kenny Money has a different sound. Snoop Bands has a different sound. So he had an eclectic group of young men, which is what made Young Dolph. He will go down in history as one of the best. And I really hate that his life was interrupted like that because I think that he was just born for what he did. Some people grow into it, and some people are just born with it, right? And he was just born with it. And so it's always sad when such a talent like that, his life is interrupted, and they're because it's been many young people like Young Dolph where their lives and stuff was interrupted because of jealousy. And so being that Keyglock and them are products of what we're left with, the products of what he groomed, right? As I always talk about, he taught them how to fish, right? He taught them how to fish. So he didn't just put the fish in their hand, he taught them how to fish. They're still going down to the lake with their pole and they pulling them fish out, right? They getting money, they eating. Um, and people have an acquired taste for their talent, right? But I want to show you all Keyglock. And Keyglock, not only that, Keyglock has the I think Keyglock is gonna do good in movies and stuff. Like I said, he's just the total package, right? Um, I think he's gonna do good in movies. He can do good in modeling. He don't seem like he's that tall, but I think he's still gonna do good in modeling, right? Young Dolph was very tall. Young Dolph was dark and chocolate and handsome. Young Dolph was the total package, also, right? It seemed like to me when they total package, folks be really working to try to get them killed, right? You can't be handsome and in this. You have people in back rooms plotting on your life. It's so sick, okay? But okay, so here Keyglock is right here, okay? Um, you could tell he's in France right here. He has style. I could definitely see him being like a daddy-o, more of a he has Young Dolph style. You could tell that he has a lot of he carries himself like Young Dolph, but I think he's more like a daddy-o to a silent assassin. He quietly that pops his collar, right? Let's see. Here's some of his music. This is where he Glockavelli any day now. It's coming in February. I'm listening to the beats. I think it's gonna be hard, y'all. I do. I do. I like the beat already. Okay, hold on.
The thing. It's gonna be
Let me
eventually.
follow him.
Myself, self-made nigga, never ask no one for help. My little bro tryna cook, I think he should be a chef. The day a nigga play with Glock, he get put on the shelf. Yeah, get put in a pot.
They still got that pre-symbol representing, showing loyalty to Young Dolph. You see him, like I like that beat already. I mean, the dude is just hard. Okay. Hold on. Let's
He
see.
can't let him know nothing. I jumped off the push start road running. Bro slime every day, his nose running. These fuck niggas
And it
talking,
goes
putting me
around and
down.
wants
I know
you
straight no
to
Windex.
all
Shit
things
ain't
to
no I
stop.
been
Machiavelli
there.
He letting y'all know he get ready to break the internet. I mean, what he been dropping I already have been breaking it. Okay, when you start, he's just more laid back and he's quieter. He doesn't have a machine behind him, but he's probably getting almost 100% of his money. He don't have four, five, six, seven, eight people um, getting his bread because his boss set him up like that. He took him to the whole ocean, right? He didn't take him to no rinky dink pond and teach him how to fish. He took him to a whole ocean to let him see the whole sea, right? To let him see it's plenty out here. This is where all different types of good fish is, okay? And that's what them boys been doing. They've been eating caviar, okay, every single day. They've been going fishing and eating caviar. And I'm very proud of them. I had the opportunity to talk to the mayor of Memphis. And of course, I think I told you all my history with the mayor of Memphis and his family. His mother and his father have been a very just a blessing in my life for a very long time. His father passed away. Bishop Young passed away 2 months before my dad. But his mother and I mean, they're just good people. And so he's so humbled, and he always has been. That's the Paul that I'm familiar with, right? They're good people. His sister, his brother David, all of them, they're just awesome. Okay. And I had reached out, I talked to him, and I asked him about, making keeping Young Dolph's legacy alive. And he, left behind artists that are awesome. And so when we have events around the Memphis area, I think it's only right, a man who was feeding Memphis, who was giving back, to pay homage to him, but also honoring his um artists, right? Paul is such a humble guy. The first thing he said was, I agree. The next event we'll see if we can make that happen for sure, because I love him too. You're absolutely right. He did a whole lot for Memphis, and he is definitely appreciated. So, hey, even though these young men, like I said, people might say, well, they don't have all of these investors behind them that are ultimately in their pocket. Young Dolph figured out another way so that he could create wealth, generational wealth, not having these boys tire themselves out to make other people rich. They're creating wealth throughout their family, right? We see that Keyglock loves on his daughter, he loves on his mother. That's who travels with him, and that's who he keeps close to him. We see Moochie Great said what Dolph did when he came up with that paper route, Machiavelli or whatever, not paper route Machiavelli, but paper routes, um, Illuminati. Young Dolph, he came up with that idea. He said he's still eating off of that because Young Dolph didn't try to take his money. He paid him for let him get the money for his idea, right? These are the types of leaders that we need behind. We need. Unfortunately, what happened to him, what happened to Young Dolph, has been happening to our leaders forever. We have people within our community to get jealous, and then we shoot ourselves in the foot because of that jealousy, right? And we see what happened with that. Okay, they got jealous, okay, and they took him out. And so one of the reasons why I consistently I talk about this case is because I want to consistently put into the atmosphere that we just got to do better, right? We got to do better, and we got to hold those people accountable that think that they can just kill our leaders in our community and get away with it, right? Well, he talked too much. I was mad at him. Uh, or whatever. Well, your ass you're gonna have to go get indicted. Okay, you're gonna get indicted and you're going to jail. However long it take the feds to do it, it's gonna happen. Okay. And I think those persons that are left behind know that. No, like no child left behind, no criminal left behind, no participant in what happened to young Doc will be left behind. Okay. And that ain't up for debate. And whoever got an issue with can kiss my whole ass. I work with them folks. They don't. Okay, I do. No participant left behind, and I can promise you that. Okay. So, anyway, y'all, Keyglock, right? Keyglock doing his thing. Okay, he's doing his thing, and he's just like I said. I'm just proud of the young man. Look at him. He says South Memphis finest, all in Tokyo. I saw what he was writing the other day. He said, once you leave the hood and you start being in these nice hotels and taking care of your family and showing your family a different world. I mean, you don't have time for that junk. That boy is a walking legacy. He helps to carry that legacy on, all while creating legacies for his daughter. I'm showing his mother another way of life. Um, just a beautiful thing, right? All of this that is afforded because of young Dolph as it relates to them, right? And so I'm so happy about their loyalty, and I kind of get emotional, the loyalty that they have, because in Memphis there is not a lot of loyalty. Okay, there's a covetous spirit, unfortunately, and there's a spirit that kind of plaques the city with all of the talent. There's a covetous spirit. There's a spirit of jealousy that kind of plaques the city, right? But to see that these young men continuously have that loyalty to young Dolph, they carry on that legacy and they represent him consistently, right? Hey, that's a beautiful thing, right? Um, so let's see. Look at him. He got big money in his hand. Yeah, I'm rooting for Keyglock. He says, Texas limited quantity. The boy doing his thing. He in Colorado right there. This is when he was in Colorado. I'm telling you, wherever he go, he sells it out. Definitely a superstar, a silent assassin. He makes a lot of noise without making a lot of noise. Isn't that something? He commands, you know, attention, and hey, and I'm proud of that brother. I'm happy to say that he is one of South Memphis's finest. I'd be proud of everybody from all over the city, okay, that do their thing, but it's something about when they come from out of South Memphis, especially from around those areas that I grew up in. And Keyglock is actually my cousin April's cousin. Keyglock's mother and my cousin April are first cousins, right? Their moms are sisters. So it's funny because April said one time, when Keyglock's mom was pregnant with him, she said she was like, I don't know what I'm gonna name him. And I said, why don't you name him Markevius? She said, I named him. I was like, wow, it's something, so it's a small world, but I am definitely, he's around the same age as my children. So I'm definitely proud of the brother. I am. I'm proud of him. I'm happy to see what he's doing for his mother and the love that he has for his daughter, the loyalty that he has for his teammates, which would be um which would be this is April right here. Isn't this calling me this late? Hold on. April. Hold on. I'm gonna call you right back in 2 minutes. All right. I spoke my cousin up. Anyways, you guys, I just wanted to put that into the atmosphere. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support. I got tied tongue. You could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Love you guys.